Hello, I thought I would get on and do a short video on do just like a tutorial on using 3D foundation from Seint. The reason I want to do this video is just to show you how just easy it is to get elegance. I'm going to just use this little simple palette, 4 colors, but we are going to do foundation, blush, lipstick, and eyeshadow, our brows, the whole lot with just this simple little palette and this amazing brush. Now, this year, mascara changed their name to Seint, so this is an old mascara brush. The Seint brush is a little different design right here, but it's still the most awesome brush ever. This is the I think it's the blush and bronzer brush, or at least that's what it used to be called. I think it's still called that. So just right here, this little thing. My video will be much longer than the true application that if you just do it would take. So I'm going to just do the step-by-step. So let's get started. I have a pimple healing, a little dry skin. Okay, this is my bronzer. This is shadow. I'm very fair, and this is a very dark bronzer, but it's amazing how that you can wear these colors if you wear them correctly. So, shadow, I'm going to just apply it on my finger. So here I go. I'm just rubbing it in. Got a little bit on the finger. Mark. Doing that again. Mark. And all I'm doing is applying it where I have natural shadows. Right up here, that's a natural shadow. So I'm just marking it. Just lovely like that. I want to contour the nose, make it a little thinner. So I'm going to just mark it down. So what is awesome about using the blush and bronzer brush is that you can buff, you can blend these colors in so beautifully. Pull that up a little bit further. Okay, so this is not hard. Okay, now we're done with the bronzing. Not hard. Now let's go into our main highlight. This will be your darkest highlight. I'm so fair that mine are actually equal. One has more peach in it while one has more yellow in it. Since my skin is so fair, that's how I use it. You, on the other hand, probably will have one highlight that is lighter than the other. You're going to use the darkest one. So doing the same thing with that same finger, we're going to pick up some product and just dot. Now, you may not like heavy coverage. If you don't like heavy coverage, don't put as many dots on your face. Me, I like pretty heavy coverage. And really, my heavy coverage that I like is in certain areas. Like right here at my cheek, I have rosacea. I don't really want red just showing through. So I'm going to be a little heavier handed right here. Don't forget the chin. Under the nose. And right here. Okay. Then that part's done. Now we're going to go to the lighter highlight. This one is linen. Just picking it up I'm gonna put it right here. I'm gonna give myself a milk mustache and put it there. I'm going to apply it on the bridge of my nose, under my eyes, now you can apply. I'm going to put it up here at the forehead. Literally, if I'm not talking, I'm doing this in like 3 minutes. You know, you're just slapping it on. You're not making it pretty. You're not trying to make it pretty. The brush will make it pretty. You're just trying to get it on. Okay? Next, I'm going to use that color right here, this blush lip and cheek color. This is Nude, I believe. I'm going to use a little bit of that, once again, and I'm going to just put it right here. I don't need to put it all the way down. I will blend it down. Otherwise, I'll get way too much. Because these pigments are insanely amazing. And if you, on the lip and cheeks, you can kind of go overboard real easily. Now here's the fun part. This is where I feel magic happens. My lips are a little dry. So, blush part of the dual ended brush. We're going to just start blending. Now, I have allowed the makeup to sit on my face. And one reason why I apply it like this first and not each thing at a time is it gives the makeup time to warm up to your skin tone. And then it's like butter when you go to blend it. So it blends just so much easier. So here I am. I'm just kind of blending, and I'm big on not pulling the skin. So using little circles, stippling, which, you know, just some tapping. Not really, I've seen a lot of people rub their face so hard, and I'm like, oh, your poor skin. So we're just going to be gentle and rub. And I'm going to come up here and do my forehead. And we're just going to watch it transform into this beautiful makeup. And it just complements the skin. I have gone from dripping, oily, gross, nasty, having to wear 15 layers of powder, to now literally I just kind of dust my face. I'm still having to bake right around the nostrils. But that's it. I mean, the rest of my face is not 100% just soaked in powder. And, you know, people said that when I bought this makeup and I first started doing this, people were like, oh, you know, you won't have to. I was like, whatever. I'm unique. I have the weirdest skin ever. Nobody else has my skin. Well, I was wrong and they were right, and I'm glad of that. I'm thrilled that I can actually have more normal skin than I ever thought that I was going to get to have. Okay, so now we're just, see how I'm just dabbing? I'm kind of doing like that. I'm not really pulling at the skin, especially the eyes. They're so tender. Just want to make sure that we get all of that blended in really good. But do you see how just gorgeous the forehead is? Now, my favorite part, and I'll leave it last, is this section. I don't know why. I think because everybody, like, to me, everybody would be terrified of this. Like, oh, I don't want to do that. But it's just so, it's like satisfying to see that the colors just melt. And I'm not using any grand technique that, you know, needs years of artistry teaching or learning to do. It's just swiping. You know, I mean, it's like literally you're just gently melting the makeup into your skin, and wham, bam, there you go. Oh, I have a hair tickle in my face. So as we just blend the colors in, right here I do want to make a statement. You don't want to blend down on this because you don't need a 5 o'clock shadow. You want to blend up. So on this section, blend up, okay? You know, you can get to the apples of your cheek and all that. You can do that, but be mindful that you're going up in an upward direction and not down, because none of us want that 5 o'clock shadow. However, let me just do a quick lesson here. If you do, come back in to your palette, dot, get a little bit, and clean it up. It's that easy. You can just swap it clean. It's cream makeup. It will move. It's not just stuck there. If you mess up, clean it up. You know, it's easy enough to do. Okay, now, as I said, we go up on this one. On this one, we're going to go down. We want the shadow down on our neck. So we just pull it down. And just sweep along the edge of your jawline. And because we put like a harsh line there, I tend to spend not a lot of time. When I say I tend to spend more time, I'm not talking about hours or minutes. Just like, you know, a few extra seconds more than I would, you know, elsewhere. But we're just gonna sweep. I feel like I got this side a little darker than this side. I think it's because of my lighting. I have light on this side and it's a little shadowy over here. So it could just be the shadow or without the light, or it could just be that I was a little heavy-handed over here. Either way, it doesn't matter. I mean, it just blends and melts so wonderfully that you're like, oh, okay, it works. Blended all of that. We don't need any kind of ooginess. Okay, now I'm just gonna double check, and I don't want excess makeup like if I was too heavy-handed, so I'm just using this. Other people use a beauty blender or the perfector that Seint has to pick up excess. I just use my brush. I just sit there and just dab it like this. Just do a little of stippling and blend it in. Make sure that we pick up any excess. This makeup is so great for women who have older skin. It's cream, so it sits on top of the face. It doesn't get into those awful wrinkles. I'm getting one right there. Y'all, it's so deep. It looks like it literally is like this deep purple. It really stinks to get old, but I guess that's all life. Okay, now before I set my face, and I'm going to probably do this one more time just because I'm doing this demonstration. Normally this is where I would set my face, but I wanted to show you how you can use this for makeup as well, for eyeshadow as well. Okay, so I'm just going to pick up a couple of eyeshadow brushes. Okay, here's 2 fluffy brushes, okay? Now, utilizing these 2 colors, I'm going to do just an easy eye look, but this is where you can use it for your eyeshadow. I'm going to use the biggest fluffy brush. I'm going to go into this lip and cheek because it can be used for cream eyeshadow. I'm going to pick up some on my brush. Yes, this is a dirty brush, so excuse me. I'm not picking up the old stuff. It's, when I say it's dirty, I mean it's stained, but whatever. Okay, so we're just going to come in here. I'm stippling that color on for now, and then we'll go in and blend it. I'm just putting it where I want it. And I'm sorry, I need to show you this. I'm just dabbing. Okay, now I'm going to windshield wipers, slow motion. We're going to just rock back and forth, and then we're going to go in circles. Okay, now let me come over here and do this side. We're doing windshield wipers and then circles. Okay, that's it. That's normally, like if I'm doing a light look, I use powder shadows, but this cream would work. I mean, it's amazing. It's just so, you can use it for so many different things. I want to go in with this is the smaller, here was the bigger one. This is a smaller makeup eyeshadow brush. It's from Morphe and Jaclyn Hill. This isn't what you have to have. Whatever you have, your finger, remember that good old finger, it will work. But I'm going to use this, and I'm probably also going to use a liner brush. Now I'm going to go into the darker color. This is the contour. Now this is the lip and cheek. This is the contour. I'm going to just kind of wiggle around in that color and give myself some eyeliner. Now I kind of don't like to go all the way to the inner corner. I've just kind of gotten into this mojo where I like to kind of leave it alone. Look at the difference. I mean, just that one little thing. Let's give this just kind of some inner corner love. Okay, and why not give us some bottom shadow, a little eyeliner down there. So what's awesome is I've seen some people, I've not really tried it because I don't feel like I need to, but some people, I guess their waterline is like real red, and they have put their makeup on the waterline, and it works really well to kind of, you know, like how some people would use like a white or a beige eyeliner to open up the eye, you know, make the eye look a lot more brighter and bigger. So a lot of people do that, and it looks great on them. I haven't, but okay, going into that smaller brush, I'm going to pick up some shadow. See it on the brush? You can see the difference and the color. Okay, so it's not a lot, but it's enough. Once again, we're gonna stipple first. Just dab, 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 dab. Place it where we want. This is just so, it's just fascinating what all this makeup can do. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now this is a pretty typical look that I would have. Would probably want to come up here. So I'm going to pick up some of this. I would want to kind of give myself like a highlighted look up here. Make sure that I got that little highlight look. And this is pretty typical what I do in the mornings, you know, when I'm not going for like a real extreme look. Now, I don't use cream eyeshadow, like I said, I use powder, so I probably would go ahead and set this. I'm trying to debate if I want to do my eyeshadow, not my eyeshadow, I'm sorry, my eyebrows first. Yes, let's do that first before I set anything. Okay, getting my little spoolie, brushing that. Okay. You can use any type of angled brush. I'm going to use this, comes in the little Benefit eyebrow, what do they call it? Eyebrow shadowing kit. As you can see, I don't really use their stuff. So you can, this is the one I use. It's just a little angle brush. I'm going to get, this is the technique I use. You don't have to use that. I'm just showing you that this is how, you know, I'd put on my brows using this makeup. You can do it your way. I get like a little paper towel. It doesn't have to be a lot. I'm going to go ahead and get that wet because I find a wet paper towel helps me pinch and pull the brushes and the bristles tighter so that I can make more hair-like strokes, if that makes sense. I'm gonna go back into my palette and I'm gonna use shadow. I'm gonna start heavier here on the edges and work my way to the center going lighter. That's the new, I guess, trend these days. So picking up just some out of that, out of shadow, I'm just gonna start making hair-like strokes. I probably am not gonna like go into as depth of eyebrows as normal, just because, you know, you could probably care less. But I do want to do just enough to demonstrate that you can use this product to do your eyebrows as well. Like literally, you just need that, this one little case. This one little case does your full face. Other than the powder, yes, you need the powder. And one brush or two brushes or whatever to do your eyeshadow. Seint does sell eyeshadow brushes, but you can use whatever you got. You don't have to have them. Okay, so I'm coming here. It is so hard to see in the camera, or the phone, the camera lens of the phone. Okay, normally I'd make my brows a little thicker because I'm told that thickness is a little bit more in than these thin things that I got. But just for the purposes of this video, so I can show you, I'm just demonstrating how it can be used. Not that, you know, I'm not trying to show you how to do brows. I'm just showing you that you can use them for your brows. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. So I have my napkin, and it's wet. I'm pinching the bristles and I'm pulling it. Now I'm going to get a buildup of the product here on my paper towel, and that is going to be helpful when I go to make those hair-like strokes up at the front. So right now I'm just kind of not being all particular, just trying to get it on there. Okay. So now I'm going to just do some little hair-like strokes right here. Nothing fancy, y'all. I really am not trying to do a tutorial on eyebrows. I just literally am trying to show you the use of okay, I guess I am gonna go that thick on my brows. Okay, something just simple like that, nothing major. All right, so let's get over here and kind of do this one just enough to demonstrate that we can do a full face using this amazing makeup. And I'm not gonna pronounce it right, forgive me, but like I love Anastasia Beverly Hills eyebrow pomade. And even if it doesn't kind of get set with some setting powder, I'm just saying that it definitely, I think, has to be set in order to really show off. Okay, do you see how, like, I don't continue to dip when I'm right here? That's how you get that ombre effect. Not that it's real ombre, because it's not. I just have super darker eyelashes than I do over here, so it's never going to be super ombre. I'm just naturally that way. Okay, and then I'm gonna just make some hair-like strokes right here. And the way I do that is I turn my brush this way and I just flick up, and I'm really basically only using like this, let me find the camera, this much of that tip of that brush. That's how I get them. If you have a better solution, please leave it in the comments and let me know. But that's how I do it. So as you can see, I'm not really going for anything major. Ooh, I like that better. I always do that. This side is my amazing side. This side falls flat on its face. So, okay, well that one went a little too crazy, but I can fix that. Yeah. Okay, so there's the brows. Oh, I'm gonna fix that just a second. Once again, this is amazing. We haven't set the makeup, so we can just go in and kind of swipe it away. Ta-da. Okay, now once again, before I set, going back in with this, the blush side of our blush and bronzer brush. Y'all, that's such a tongue twister for me. And I'm just patting once again under the eyes, around the chinny chin chin, and then now I'm ready to set. Okay, I just use a little brush. You could actually probably use even a fluffier brush, just some kind of powder brush, because we don't want a lot. That's the trick. So I'm just kind of, okay, y'all, this is baby powder in a face cream container, okay? That's what I use to set my face with, baby powder. So I'm just kind of dipping in, I'm brushing off, but you use whatever setting powder you have. Okay. See? Kind of knock it off until no more falls. And then I'm going to set under and over those eyes. And all the way up to the forehead. Okay, what is on my forehead? Alright, nothing major, just something funky up there. Okay. I'm going to do it again on this side. Under over in the eyebrows a little bit and up the forehead. Give that forehead a good talking to, down the nose, on the side of the nose. Da, 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 da. Now, this is where, like, I really wouldn't put any more extra on my brush, except maybe at my chin a little bit. Just a little bit. Because I don't get oily over here. So, if you have a setting spray, or if you've gotten Seint setting spray, it's amazing setting spray. I don't feel like I need setting spray. I don't use it. That's me. That's how I roll. Okay, so that's it as far as the setting of the makeup. I got a little too much powder in my nostril. And even if you want to make sure that you don't have too much powder on, you can get a different brush. A little flimsy. This is just a little flimsy brush. And you can wipe. And it helps spread it around or do whatever you want with that, so that it's not concentrated in one area. Now, if you're like me and you do have an area or two that does produce a lot of oil, get a little sponge, put some powder on it. This is leftover powder. And just stick it where it goes. Go and do something else. Okay, I know I look ridiculous, but we still have to do our lipstick and our mascara. Leave it on there for that length of time. And then brush it off, and it's just powder. And I'm not gonna do a like big mascara or nothing. I'm just showing you kinda. This is Thrive mascara. And it's okay. My favorite is actually the Bad Gal Bang from Benefit. It's my favorite. Seint has not come out with mascara yet, so we do not sell it, which is why I'm not using a Seint mascara. I have to be quiet while I put on my mascara, or I will mess up. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you how we achieve our lipstick using that same palette. Okay, go back in. You can use your finger. I don't have big enough lips to use my finger, so I'm going to just use a little lipstick applicator brush. I'm just going to get it and put it on. Now, I like to overline my lips because, like I said, I don't have big lips. Which, I don't know if you remember, but we put shadow there. We put some contour there to create a shadow to give the illusion of bigger lips. It's such awesome makeup. I can't even... Can't even tell you. Okay. Then let's do it up here. Do you see the difference? Okay. Yes, I have small lips, but I also have very pale lips. So until I put lipstick on, half of my lips you can't even see that they're existing because they just blend into my skin. Now, some people use a liner. I use this basically as the liner. I know some people do contour their lips and they're, you know, use a lot more darker and kind of line it with the dark. I guess we could try that. I have to be very careful because I can quickly go from pretty to child looking if I'm not careful. Okay, I will add a little bit of shadow right there. Just kind of give that one some depth. I don't know what's the matter with it. Okay, now let's brush that silliness off on our nose. And you're good to go. So I wanted to just also show you how you can get like a real sculpt nose. So if you take your lightest color and you got a little bit of your highlight and you put it on your bridge of your nose, just down your nose, you're just gonna just dab it. Now you got it on. Take, like, this is just a fluffy brush, okay? No big deal. Gonna get into that contour and it's more concentrated and you're gonna just pull that contour and pinch that nose and kind of blend it down real gentle. We don't want to mess up anything we've done. We're just gonna pull that down real gentle and kind of put it on the tip of our nose. There. Now, once again, if you want to make that lip stick out a little bit more, then there you go. Okay. Thanks a bunch.